Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thank you for joining me. Today I bring you something that I feel is truly special, and we're going to take a look at a new offering from Phoenix Firearms, Phoenix AG to be exact. And as you know, my love affair with Phoenix began some time ago, and this came in the way of the Redback. This is a 9mm. I've done many videos about the Redback. And by the way, the firearms that are going to be shown in the video today, they all have been safety checked. So you don't have to worry about that. You're not going to get shot through the camera, YouTube. And if I were dumb enough to shoot myself, it's not going to make it on video. So the Phoenix Sphinx competition geared pistol, all based from a CZ75 platform and mostly the Tangfolio platform actually. And it's just an absolutely phenomenal firearm. I love the way they shoot. I've featured several in the channel, both single action, double action, the light, the heavy. There are many variations of it, but all, to me, they're just absolutely fantastic. The attention to quality, hand fit, how master craftsmen out in little Interlaken, Switzerland, by the way, one of my favorite towns in Switzerland, they sit there and they'll spend an hour, 2 hours, just hand fitting a specific slide to a specific frame and making sure that the friction points are absolutely perfect from front to back and in between, and that the same amount of pressure and friction is along the entire slide. It's just the attention to detail that is all handmade. People will ask, well, is it the same thing as a Shadow 2? Is it the same thing? Not putting those guns down, they're superb firearms, but they don't have the attention to detail that something like the Redback has. And you pay for it. They're not inexpensive pistols, as you know, but they are absolutely fantastic. And the grips are by Lock grips. And I've shown you many grips from Lock. So this is the Redback. And this was the very first Redback to come into the United States. When it first came straight from Switzerland, went straight to the ATF to get the approval to be brought into the country, and then it came to me. Well, now we're going to take a look at the evolution of the Redback, and this is something I've been very excited about for a long time, and I've been waiting for it for quite some time. Let me introduce you to the Phoenix Drake. And here it is. Now this one is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, and a lot of competition has been shot in Europe. It's been done in 40, and this is why this one came in 40. And just like the Redback, let me get my hands out of the way. Just like the Redback, this is the very first Drake to come into the United States. Again, it went to the ATF for approval, and from the ATF, it came to me. I'll let you take a look at it. It's kind of hard to do it on camera for me because everything appears backwards. But just to give you a quick look. And then we're going to go to the tabletop. Trying to rotate it around so you can see it. It's just absolutely superb. Again, everything is hand fit, and no, I'm not flagging myself. You got to see the front. And we'll talk about the bushing and everything that goes in the front. So again, 100% handmade, hand fit, Swiss quality. The Phoenix Drake, the evolution from the Sphinx Redback. Sphinx, Phoenix Redback, sorry about that. So there you go. Two fantastic firearms. We're going to focus on the Drake. We're going to go to the tabletop. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back at the tabletop. As I mentioned to you in the intro, the Phoenix Drake is a pistol that I've been waiting for quite some time now. And there is just so much to talk about this, and in order not to make it a 35-40 minute video, I made some notes, so forgive me if I reference my notes. But it all began, as I mentioned, with the Redback. Swiss made, absolutely fantastic, heavy gun, double action, single action, just absolutely superb, made for competition. Then I heard rumors about the next level, the evolution of the Redback out in Europe, and the masters in Switzerland were working on the Drake. However, it took some time for the Drake to make it to the United States. Now you got to remember that Phoenix is the evolution from Sphinx. So they have a long lineage of competition and just superb craftsmanship. They're based out of Interlaken, Switzerland, and they have 20 gunsmiths. So it's not a huge shop. And while I speak, I just let you take a look at this absolute masterpiece. They have 20 master gunsmiths in Switzerland. Not a huge shop, but they just dedicate themselves to perfection. Everything you see is made in shop. Everything you see, except for the grips, is handmade and hand fit in Switzerland. 100% a competition gun. This one is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. And one of the reasons for it, as I'm told, is that in Europe, a lot of competition is done, or competitors do so with using 40 Smith & Wesson. Now, to be fair and to be honest with you, quite transparent, I had never shot a 40 Smith & Wesson before. Yes, it is true. So I've heard things about it. I had ideas of the recoil and what it was like to shoot a 40 Smith & Wesson, but I had never experienced it. And I shot this, and I was expecting something similar to a 45 ACP, maybe a little bit less than a 45 ACP. But this Drake is so phenomenal that it felt like shooting a 9mm plus P. Not a plus P plus, a plus P. It is soft, manageable, and absolutely superb. I hope the lighting is coming through okay. There's so many things to talk about this. I normally in my videos, I don't go through all the specs and the size and the weight, but just to give you an idea, this does warrant us going through that, so I'll try to go through it quickly. Try not to bore you to death. But as I mentioned, this was the very first Drake that came into the United States, just like the Redback was the very first Redback that came into the United States. The barrel is 5 inches long. It's made out of stainless steel, is match grade stainless steel barrel. We got, the capacity is 20 rounds, and it comes in 4 mags. It is, let me see, it's 20 rounds in 9mm and 15 rounds in 40 Smith & Wesson. And this is what the mags look like. And people have been asking both with the Redback and with this, what kind of mags are there? What are they compatible with? And they're actually Tankfolio mags. So CC75 will work as well, but these are Tankfolio mags. And put that aside. The length of it is 8.85 inches. So you got a very extended beaver tail all the way to the front. The weight is 6.08. Okay, I should have put my glasses on. Let me back up a second. The height is 6.08 inches, and it weighs 51.15 ounces. 51.15 ounces with an empty mag. The trigger is single action only. We'll go through that as well. And it's been on my gauge, it has an average pull weight, 5 pulls, and the average is 1.58 pounds. So very light, very nice competition trigger. And you can get it in dual tone like this one, or you can get it all black. Now, there are 2 models. Come on, focus. There we go. There are 2 models of the Drake. You can get it in what's called the production model, or you can get it the standard model. Let me put this down for a second. The production model is, let's say, their base model of the Drake, and it also meets all the requirements for USPSA production division. And with a red dot, they're all red dot ready, by the way. With a red dot, it would also work for the carry optics division. Also, I'm told that it will fit in the aluminum box that needs to be for the size for competition. And again, the production model, that's what it's called, just the production model, is double action, single action. The one in front of you here is called the standard model. The standard model, this is the largest gun ever made by Phoenix. It has all the bells and whistles that the production model does not have. It is available in 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson. Remember, the production model is only available in 9mm. Now, it is a completely tricked out version of the production, and it is designed for USPSA's limited or limited 10 division. Now, what's amazing about this, when I mean by all the bells and whistles, I mean that it's got a reversible and fully adjustable. You're looking at the gas pedal here. For some reason my lighting is not cooperating very much. But on both sides of the full aluminum rail is you got all these slots, and the gas pedal, you can adjust it here. You can move it forward, back a little bit, depending on how you can move it, depending on the size of your hand. You can move it forward, back, and it is also ambi ready, so you can put the gas pedal over here with the same type of adjustments if you're a lefty, and that's how you choose to shoot. The mag release, it is an extended textured mag release, and it fits perfect. I don't have large hands. I have medium-sized hands, and this fits like a dream, and I can reach it pretty well. I don't have to break my grip to break it. So it works perfectly well. It's very comfortable, and the texture is pretty aggressive. There's no way you're going to miss that. Obviously, the eye-catching part of the grip is the size of this magwell. It is huge, and it is perfectly blended. Oop, camera didn't like that at all. It's perfectly blended, the magwell, into the frame of the pistol. A lot of times you'll see that there's seams here. You can feel it is absolutely perfectly blended. If you chose to remove the magwell for some reason, you just pop the pin out and you can remove it with no problem. Another feature that this comes on the mags is the extended base pads, aluminum base pads, as you see here. I already mentioned the dual tone that is available, black or the tone that you see it here. One of the things that Sphinx does is they do extensive testing on all their firearms before bringing them to market. They put at least 20,000 rounds through all their development guns to test the parts before choosing to bring anything to market. The single action only on this is absolutely superb. Like I mentioned to you, the gun is unloaded. And like I mentioned to you, is just north of 1.5 pounds. Even if you put your ear to it, you just don't hear anything. It is smooth as butter. And it just goes. And then the reset. There. You're instantly at the wall. No creep, nothing. It breaks. I cannot tell you how good that is. And the slide, the fit of the slide to rail, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you're looking at the top, you're going to see the lightning cut. And the thing is, like I said, this is the biggest gun that Phoenix has ever made. So they had to take some weight off the slide. The slide is massive, but I think it looks really nice. It's got slide serrations all the way on the top. And if you run your finger towards the front of the gun, it's very smooth. You feel them, but it's just little bumps. But if you run your fingers in the opposite direction, they're very sharp. Very, very positive. There's no way you're going to miss. You don't have a lot back here, but it gives you some serration. But the front is where the party is. I mentioned to you at the beginning, the barrel is 5 inches, and it is a hand-fit match-grade barrel. I'm not going to disassemble it because YouTube has a fit. And what's very interesting is the bushing. The bushing at the front of this. They started going with, and I want to read this so I don't misquote anything, but they started working with the Briley bushings. And that they used in all their test models. They used the Briley bushings. And when they ended up finding is that after 10,000 rounds, they started to warp or crack. So Phoenix decided to put their engineers to work, and they made their own bushing. And they went beyond 20,000 rounds without any problems whatsoever. So they changed from the Briley spherical bushing to their own spherical bushing. Phoenix firmly believes that this hand-fit spherical bushing makes a big difference in not only the reliability but the accuracy of the pistol. Staying with the slide, all Drakes are optics ready, and what I think it's genius, you see here the plate comes off, but it's from back here, and I hope there's a screw that you just unscrew it and the whole plate comes off. So once you remove this, but you put the actual optics plates that you buy them from Phoenix directly for $130. There's 3 types of plates, and depending on your type of optic, whether you're going to go with a Delta Point or you're going to go with a RMR or the SIG, there's 3 types of plates that will fit most of the popular optics. And what you do is once you remove this plate, you put the optics plate, you install the optic on it, and then if you need to remove it, all you do is unscrew it from back here and the plate comes off with the optic. So let's say that one day you want to run an RMR, you just unscrew it, pop off the Delta Point that you had on, put on the plate with the RMR, screw it back on, and it's back on without losing your zero. So it's absolutely genius how they did this. Just a simple adjustment and the screw, and everything pops up. But while you have your irons on, you have very nice fully adjustable target sights, serrated rear with a fiber optic front. This one came with a red. You can get it green as well. You got serrations on the front to reduce any type of glare. Let you walk around it. Any edges, anything that you see, the seams, I mean, you run your fingers, even up here with the plates, you run your fingers across it, you don't feel anything. It just feels like it was just one piece of metal all the way through. Even here, the fitting, the back straps, you got 25 lines per inch in the back, you got 30 lines per inch in the front. You got texture in the front of the grip module as well, of the trigger guard, I'm sorry. You got full pick rail, and they're very discreetly marked for import. That's where they put it. They are the sole importers of all Phoenix into the US. So you're not going to have a big mark on your slide with the importer's name. See, here's this 40 Smith & Wesson. Another interesting detail is all the Drakes that are going to be brought to the U.S., especially the production model Drakes, not the standard like you see here, but the production model Drakes, their safeties are going to be 3 millimeters narrower than what you see here, and that is to comply with U.S. competition circuit rules. Another interesting data point here is one of the reasons the Drake is the standard is so wide and so heavy is because there might be plans on the works about producing a 10 millimeter Drake. Can you imagine this in 10 millimeters with this trigger? Gosh, that would be absolutely superb. The grip, moving down to the grip, it's got G10 grips, and all the grip modules that are going to they're made in-house by by Phoenix, but also Lock Grips is going to start making grip modules for this. Unfortunately, the Drake does not use the same grip modules, grip panels, I'm sorry, as the Redback, because I have a lot of grip panels for this one, but they won't fit in the Drake. So I'll keep you advice on what's going on with the grip modules, grip panels for that. I keep saying modules. What don't I like about the Drake? Well, there is one thing that I don't like, and that is sticking with the grip. The grips, to me, they look beautiful, but the grip panels are very slippery. They're not aggressive. They look beautiful. You get a lot of traction in the front, a lot of traction in the back, but the sides are pretty slippery. In contrast with the panels that are on the Redback by Lock, that are just tremendously aggressive. I really like this. But the ones that are currently on the Drake, not a big fan of that. Other questions that have come from viewers mostly are from the Redback, but it applies to the Drake as well, is part availability. People have said, I really want a Redback, I really want the Drake when it comes to the US, but I'm just afraid that if something breaks, part availability, now I might have to contact Switzerland. How do I get parts for this? Well, like I mentioned to you, the importer is the Attic Imports in North Dakota. They're the only ones bringing the Redbacks and anything from Phoenix into the country. And they have, I'm told, about 80% of all the parts needed to build either a Redback or a Drake. They have it in stock. So if you were to need something, you contact them. If warranty work, you contact the Attic. So I don't think you have anything you need to worry about. So there you have it. I know it wasn't as smooth a presentation as I usually do. I had a lot of notes, and trying to go through notes at the same time that you're doing the video can be challenging at best. But I wanted to bring this to you. I wanted to thank very much Eric over at the Attic. They've been good friends of mine, good friends of the channel, and I wanted to thank him for making it possible for me to get my hands on the first Drake that came into the country, because trust me, there were a lot of people that wanted to get their hands on this gun. They have a lot of collector friends, good clients. They wanted the first one in, and it's sitting at my table. So Eric at the Attic Imports, thank you very much for doing this. So there you go. I'm probably going to make another video, but the Drake is certainly a suitable follow-up to this absolutely amazing Redback. And this, my friends, it's quite a setup right there. What do you think? Let's see if I can push this back a little bit. There you go. Phoenix Drake, Phoenix Redback. Both absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for stopping by. As always, I upload videos every Friday morning, and when I can, Wednesday mornings as well. Also, please remember that I do all my videos in one take only. So you're not going to see editing and cutting except for the intro and then my little swirly thing that says MD Polo. Everything else is done in one take only. So I appreciate your patience with that. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please do try to check my Instagram. Everything that is coming on the channel hits Instagram way before it hits YouTube. So if you want to know what's going on before it hits YouTube, please give me a follow over there. Anyway, once again, thank you for stopping by. And until the next time, God bless. Hello everybody, MD Polo here at Range USA in Carmel, Indiana, my home away from home, with something very special for you guys today. Today we have the Phoenix Drake. Make sure it's something you can see. This is the new offering from Phoenix, Swiss made, all handmade pistols. You can see the gas pedal. By now you know my love affair with Phoenix firearms, the Phoenix Redback and the Fusion line of pistols. But this Drake really takes it to a different level. This is the very first one in the country, and it is in 40 Smith & Wesson. The reason for it is they're using that caliber, 40 Smith & Wesson, a lot for competition in Europe. And the Drake right now is winning a lot of gold medals, a lot of competitions over in Europe. Like I said, this is the very first one in the country. I've got a 15-round mag loaded with 40 Smith & Wesson. We got MagTech, and this is, let me see, 180 grain. And let's see how we do. I'm not, oh, I loaded that wrong. I put two, actually, it took too many in the mag. I don't have a lot of experience with 40 Smith & Wesson, so let's see how we do here. Make sure I'm on camera for you. And we are about 10 yards away, a little bit under that. That's why you wear eye protection. Next mag, I'm gonna take my time. Just trying to feel for the trigger. Ow. And we are empty with the Phoenix Drake. Let's turn around and see how we did. So that was 15 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. Not bad. Let me load up some more and we'll get you back out there. Okay, we're back for the second mag with Phoenix Drake. And this time I did load the right amount of ammo in the mag. I'm gonna try to take my time a little bit more with this one. And see how we do. Bullseye. A little bit high. A little bit low. Ow. An interesting comparison is that I just finished shooting the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal in 9mm, and that had more filter than the Drake does in 40 Smith & Wesson. I have to check the ejection pattern, because it's hitting me all over, and it's either ejecting them so hard there we go, we're empty, mag's empty, gun's empty. Let's turn you around. So this was the first target, the first mag, and this is the second mag. I blew these out here, but the other 8 were right here. So not bad at all. With a Phoenix Drake. And now we go back to the tabletop and review to follow. Stay tuned. few more rounds with a Phoenix Drake. Safety's on. Gas pedal engaged. And let's see how we do. 40 Smith & Wesson. Locked open. It's empty. Let's turn it around. This was my target right here. Not bad. Stay tuned. That was dumb.